Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the smooth sounds of the Tepid Take. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Right, hello and welcome back. So this week we decided we were going to watch just some absolutely shitty movies and watch some questionable stuff, maybe talk about some interesting topics. So I'm going to pass over to my friend Addy.
Well, I watched Invincible on Amazon Prime. The first 4 episodes are up now.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen anything about it?
I've watched all 4 episodes. Really. I actually I watched a interview with Robert Kirkman just before it came out.
Is he the Walking Dead guy?
Yeah. So I knew it was coming up. But yeah, I hadn't really had much interest until I knew that you were watching it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll give that a go.
Yeah, so the basic gist is very standard. Superhero finds out he's got powers and kind of develops them. It's a very standard superhero story to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the episodes are like 45 minutes long, which I didn't realise. So I was sat there going, this is a long 20 minutes. And the last 10 minutes of the first episode changed the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really want to spoil it.
No.
So I'm not going to say what happens, but
no,
it just changes the whole tone and where the story is going.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I was watching the first episode, and like you said, it was such like a standard storyline. And I was kind of like, I don't think I'm going to carry on watching this. Like, it's fine, like whatever. And then that last bit happened, and I was like, oh my fucking god! Like,
yeah, it does change the whole.
Yeah,
like way you look at the show.
It really does. Like, blew me away.
I guess the closest thing to compare it to, I don't think this is like spoileristic, but I guess the closest thing would be The Boys.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one that keeps. When I've seen comparisons, it's what people keep comparing it to. It's definitely the easiest comparison to make.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's as good as that, even after watching all 4 episodes. And I don't think it's not an amazing show, but I am enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, I do think it's for me, it's really hanging off the end of the first episode and kind of where that's going to lead to.
There's a mystery in the show that I want to know the answer to.
Yeah.
And I am, and that is the whole reason I'm sticking with it. The cast is amazing.
It fucking is, right? Yeah.
So the main guy is played by Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Stephen Yeun, isn't it?
I love Glenn.
Then his dad is played by J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
His mum is Sandra Oh, who was in Killing Eve and Grey's Anatomy.
That's it. Yeah.
Britta from Community's in it.
Amazon got some money.
Yeah.
Is she in it?
Yeah, she's the redhead one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
ZZ Beats, I think, is possibly the other one.
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah. What's the oh god, I always forget this actor's name. Matt, you will know. He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's kind of like he's like a detective, but he's a bit crazy, a bit wild.
Memento.
Yeah, I don't know what his name
is.
It's
Jason Mantzoukas.
Is Andy Samberg?
Yeah.
No, it's Rafi from The League.
Yeah. He's got such like a distinct voice that as soon as he came up, I was like, "Yep, I know who that is." It's like straight away.
He's in a lot of
Have
stuff.
you ever watched have you watched Big Mouth?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
He just always plays the same character somehow.
Basically,
doing the same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. What do you think about like the kind of animation style, Addison?
I don't mind it because it's very reminiscent of like the X-Men, Spider-Man cartoons from the 90s.
Yeah.
It definitely slots within that.
Yeah, I found it quite jarring at first because I thought everything felt very like still, like not much.
So the reason I watched it was because my brother recommended it, and he compared it to that Community episode where they do the G.I. Joe animation.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like a really weirdly good shout on that.
That's perfect, actually. Yeah, yeah. It took me a while to get on board with it. Yeah,
it's very. Yeah, it does seem like a lot of the budget has gotten more on the cast than the animation itself. But I also think they're doing it on purpose to get that Spider-Man, because it's Spider-Man that I keep thinking of.
Yeah. I was thinking of like the kind of like DC animations, like the old kind of like Justice League, but even their recent adaptations of like like the Killing Joke or something like that. It kind of reminded me of that, like not over animated, quite like basic, but I think you're right. The kind of the cast is what's really driving it, and that
and I definitely think the cast is. I think you have a good story there anyway, but the cast is elevating it.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
sounds good. So, how many episodes are they listing currently? So it's just the 4.
I think it might be 9 total, but 4 at the moment. But they are 45 minutes long. All of them.
It's quite long for a show.
I really wasn't expecting it because you just don't normally get that. I find
they all have like a kind of like post credits scene, don't they? But they're quite long. I found.
Have you noticed? Have you enjoyed how they do the title?
Yeah.
So every single one. So obviously his superhero name is Invincible. So they work in a way for someone to say, "Oh, he's invincible," and then instead of saying the word, it just like cuts to the title screen really jarringly. It just like catches me off every single time.
I know. Same.
Well, do you know what else is invincible?
Oh yeah,
the Sony store closures.
Oh yeah,
that's very loose.
What a segue.
Loose, and also I guess we're moving on, guys.
We've had enough of your thing.
Enough of that.
Move on.
And also,
would you?
Yes, I would recommend it.
Okay, yeah.
Answered his own question.
Is there going to be more episodes?
I think they're planning 9.
Okay.
If the 4 is the last episode, then that's bullshit because nothing happens.
That'd be a really weird way to
Plus
end
4
it.
episodes is such a weird amount. Because I know Disney, obviously, with their Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's 9 episodes. That's no 6 episodes, isn't it? That's
I think it's 6.
WandaVision was 9. They're getting these really weird numbers now. You're kind of so used to the format of like 24 episodes or 8 episodes.
Netflix had a thing where they were all 10, didn't they, for a long time?
Yeah, that's kind of what I've gotten used to.
Yeah, and that ruined the whole like Defenders thing, but that's a whole separate subject. In my eyes.
Another superhero thing. I swear we always talk about a superhero thing.
I know we do.
Easy to pick up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're so cool. So, talking of something that's less cool, over to Sam.
Who, me or my subject?
It's Sam.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about myself. No. So...
How long we got, guys?
So there was recently, obviously, the news that Sony are going to be closing the digital stores for the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita. So it kind of encouraged me to pick up my PS Vita, get out of the drawer, blow the dust off it. And I haven't actually bought anything new because the thing that, I guess the one good thing is that if you've already bought something, you can still download it. I think there was a rumor going around before that wasn't going to be the case. Like, you're just going to lose everything you bought digitally. But yeah, it's kind of got me thinking about, like, Sony really don't seem to be holding on to their back catalogue. They don't really seem to be putting much effort into preserve it.
Because Xbox aren't they? I would say.
Yeah.
They're trying to get it on like
Definitely.
the Game Pass and everything. Even new consoles are like
Well, even
backwards
without the
compatible.
Game Pass, you can pick up the original discs and play them in the Xbox One currently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do it with the Series X.
I think you can.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think it downloads. It takes the data from the disc and like gives you a digital version of it. I think, doesn't it?
Oh, really?
That's quite cool.
That's how it works. But
Whereas PlayStation are like, nah.
Just buy it at CEX, take it as a digital download, and then take it back.
I think you still need the disc to play them.
They thought of that one.
But then, oddly enough, like a kind of similar thing happened with Nintendo. They finally kind of took away the Mario 3D All Stars and the Mario 35th game.
That's already jumped up in price on Amazon.
I know. Yeah.
Because I bought it the week before it went off, and it was like 35 quid. It's already like 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Some people have been like, some scalpers have obviously, kind of bought a few of physical copies. Hey, Mark's holding up a physical copy on the camera.
Mine's downstairs.
I've got 10.
You've got 10. He's one of the scalpers. Yeah.
You're gonna make,
Yeah, I got to make my money.
But yeah, it's just for me, it's just been making me think like just a lot about game preservation, and also like how Sony and I guess Nintendo, obviously they don't want people kind of like emulating their games, but they're kind of encouraging it with this type of stuff, I feel.
Yeah, Nintendo's always been really hot on the NDA, not NDA is the other one, takedowns and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
They shut down a whole lot of ROMs, I think, end of 2019.
Even a couple of years ago, they
absolutely
were
crazy.
like trying to take down YouTube videos of Let's Plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
They do get a bit over the top.
It's just so over the top.
One thing I'm not seeing from Sony is that obviously they have PS Now, or PlayStation Now, and they do have a lot of PS3 titles on there that you can like stream, which is good. And they started putting a few PS2 titles, I think, as well, but just like no sign of like PS1. And I don't know if that's
PS2 titles. Oh
yeah. Oh my god!
I missed that noise.
I was not expecting that. Do you have the PS1 boot up sound?
Hang on, I've got to search it.
That's
just got
that's
boot up.
legendary.
Do you have
talking,
the OG
keep talking.
Xbox?
Oh yeah.
That's the question.
The OG Xbox.
OG Xbox.
If not, I'll imitate it.
I think you should imitate it anyway.
Okay. So it goes.
Before I play it, here we go.
So imagine like remember that film Flubber?
It's
Do you remember
Flubber.
Flubber?
Yeah, I remember Flubber.
So
yeah.
imagine Flubber just flubbering around. And here we go. And then the X comes in.
this is what it actually sounds like.
Actually, not that inaccurate.
Oh, it does look like Flubber. Okay, yeah. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that
I
one.
love that jingle.
Underrated jingle.
They need to bring that back.
Now the listeners have got to work out which one was Sam.
Yeah, which one was it? We actually did them in reverse.
Twist. They were both me. But yeah, I just want to see Sony just kind of like put a bit more effort into like preserving their games. Like
I know, yeah.
It feels like PS1 titles are just gonna go away. Like
because they've got some such
does seem like it'd be
iconic
easy
stuff.
to kind of stick a download of those because they did a lot of that on the PSP, didn't they? Or
yeah.
the Vita.
The Vita's got an absolute ton on it that you can play in PS1.
It's such
that was a big selling point of it, wasn't it?
The ROMs are sat there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hoping on the remasters because obviously the remastered Spyro and Crash Bandicoot made absolute bank.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing is, especially when you look at it with the Xbox, you can put the Xbox games in the Xbox One, like I was talking about. But then you had the PSP with the UMDs, the big discs.
Oh god, yeah.
Then you had the PS Vita with the little chip cards. I'm so used to the Switch games now because of the Vita.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
Of course,
big case, tiny game.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think like obviously the Vita commercially was a big failure for Sony, so much that they pretty much just killed it off. But it's insane, like a lot of the things that it kind of did. Like it kind of was for its time. It definitely tried to be kind of what the Switch is now, like console gaming on the go.
It's probably higher resolution as well.
The original run was an OLED screen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So it is actually a better
it
quality.
really, it is. It looks like insanely good as well.
There's something
remember,
about PlayStation. They always make a console that's actually it costs more to make than it does to sell.
yeah.
They did it with the
feels
PS3, didn't they? They had to take stuff out of the PS3 console because it cost too much to make.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they took because the first one could actually play games from PS1 and PS2.
That's
And then they took it off. They took that off,
It was fully backwards.
and then they made one without a disc
But
drive.
they always end up,
yeah.
they do the take out a couple of features down the
Yeah.
line. Xbox do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think PS3 was probably one of the first ones to do. I don't know. Yeah, One of them was.
What are you going to say? Backwards compatibility?
Nah, it's just one of the first ones to
smaller.
take stuff off the console after it got released.
PlayStation 1, wasn't it? Because you had the PS1 fat and then the thin. Same with the PS2.
Oh, yeah.
PS3.
But they didn't take any
PS4
features
have done
off
it as well.
did
You
they?
There's some additional stuff they added to the PS1
Was
Been
it?
a long
as
time.
opposed to the original.
Is that when they added like you could get that screen that you popped into the back of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Make it
I
portable?
always
Yeah.
wanted one of them.
Yeah, same.
The first
Yeah.
PlayStation Portable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That needs a full-on power supply.
Probably two. No,
Probably 2 with the screen. Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of older games,
Yeah. That was a good segue again. We're getting good at these, guys. We're getting very good at these.
I don't think the first one counted. That wasn't a great one.
Shut
wasn't even a
up.
segue. It was stop talking about that subject, please.
We're done now.
Anyway,
It's
right,
time
that's
to move
right
on.
Everyone was done listening to Addy. So I've been playing a game that you'd have to get a ROM for unless you have a PS2. It's absolutely sterling game. It was the Da Vinci Code.
Is that cue in the soundbite? Is that?
I thought that was the end of the topic.
Would you like a soundbite? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Alright,
please.
I think it's this one.
Your face, a match made in heaven.
That's someone being punched, by the way. That noise.
Perfect. There's also a little section before that. That same guard that you're fighting, if you kind of have that cutscene happen a little bit earlier, he says, "Do you want that supersized?"
What, your fists?
It's just,
The important question is it Jean Reno? Because he is in the film, isn't he?
no. So the important thing here is that this game is based off of the book, not off of the film.
Okay.
And I think the
That's
reason why they've
interesting.
done that is because they don't have to pay for the likeness of any of the fuckers
All the
involved.
voices, yeah.
Yeah.
When was this released?
So this was 2006 along with the film.
That's
Okay.
weird that it wasn't based on the film. It was based on the book. That's unusual for a game film.
Yeah.
No, a film game.
A game film.
But you do get it with some of these weird tie-ins, because I know that there was a Bourne game that did the same. Like
Yeah,
they
it
couldn't
did, didn't
afford Matt Damon, so they just made him Mr. Generic.
That was a great game,
Yeah.
though.
That was a great game, yeah. I remember the combat was
Is
awesome.
that the one with Jeremy Renner? Oh, no.
Yeah, he wasn't that high grade of an actor at that point. So.
No, he wasn't, no.
So this game, if you've seen the film, I don't know if you really need to play the game because each level is just sections of the film.
Okay.
Can I just
Okay.
can I just before we move forward, who here actually likes the film?
Oh,
It's all right.
It's all right.
yeah.
Okay, everyone but me.
It's all right. It's not.
I wouldn't-
It's not bad.
I can't say I've ever sat there and gone, you know, I really don't like Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
I think the second one's better.
Meh.
I think.
Well, Angels and Demons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
that's
the
the one
one
I've
you and
seen
Greg,
more.
isn't it?
Yeah, I get them crossed over
Yeah.
a lot.
Have you seen the third one?
Yeah, that's
No,
trash.
I heard that
Inferno.
was dog shit.
I saw that shit
bad.
in cinema.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm going to give this series another chance.
I didn't hate the second one, and
It's
I remember
alright.
watching the first one and finding it okay. But I watched it fairly recently, within the last 6 months, and it's just so boring. I found.
Is it? Yeah. I haven't watched it for years, to be fair. Maybe I'll give it another go.
No, I don't.
Save yourself.
Save yourself.
So every level's got kind of... They try and make it complex puzzles, but they're pretty straightforward. The one that pissed me off the most is that you've got anagrams kind of throughout that you've got to decipher.
Oh, yeah.
But when you put in a letter for, like in the order, set order, it doesn't let you change it.
Oh. So you have to, like...
So then you have to kind of
Oh.
go through and then overlap the answer that you've done.
Oh,
So if
for
you've got
God's
the wrong letter throughout, you screw the whole
Oh,
thing
my
up.
god.
Takes ages. But if you have seen the film, it's fairly easy to break down what the codes are. So like the first code is the Mona Lisa.
Is
Oh,
it
so
like-
they're the same. Are they the same from the film or something?
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert,
so
guys.
there's a lot.
The Mona Lisa is in
Spoiler
it.
alert
Yeah.
if you're going to play a 2006 PS2 game that's janky as fuck.
Do you have to do...
The bit that...
Do you
Go on,
have to do that bit the one bit I remember from the film is, I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's the little twisty thing that he has,
The cryptics.
which has like the acid in it or whatever.
I think,
That
was
might
it
be wrong.
cryptics?
Yeah.
Do you have to? Is that?
Yeah, you got to make sure you get. Yeah, that's in there as well.
Got to get the acid man.
It's just the thing that I think they spent a lot of money on the cutscenes to the point where 80% of the game is cutscenes.
Jesus Christ, sounds like a Kojima
And then
game.
when you're not in a cutscene, you're doing.
Damn it! You got that first.
What is this? Metal Gear
I've
Solid?
been playing Metal Gear Solid lately, so I'm in the Kojima zone.
Yeah.
I took a split second to think of his name.
Sam's always got him on the mind.
yeah. The great Kojima.
Yeah, so if you're not in a cutscene, you're either doing a puzzle or you're trying to do a bit of fighting that is comprised of QuickTime events.
Oh wow.
So you don't press buttons to fight. You have to genuinely do an input per fist throw in a sequence. And if you mess up one, then
That's
you
it.
get hit by the guard.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
Absolute pain in the ass. He got a 54 on Metacritic,
that's
which
Not
is
as bad as I thought it
just
would
slightly
be.
higher than 53, which he got on the PC. And it,
You meant just in general, like 54 is high.
lower than 54.
54 is bigger than 53.
Revelation.
We have a new section on the podcast called Maths with Marc.
You're not wrong.
It was like the pause. It's like I had 53 on this site. I can't remember what you said.
But it felt like when you're playing through it and you're trying to get kind of all the symbols that are around the map, it feels like it's a PC game. It's
Okay.
first and foremost because it's so awkward to move the cursor. Whereas on the PC, you'd be like, right, that's easy.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested now.
Yeah, I am actually. Funny enough. I wonder if it would be better to play on the PC. I mean, it got one more on PC or one less on PC.
one less. Yeah, so if you want to play a 53
So it's
out of
worse on
100,
PC. Okay.
I mean, we've talked about some pretty stellar games on this podcast, and if you want to play a 53 out of 100, by all means. It's about, I'd say, 5 hours plus, so you could probably watch the film twice, unless you're Addy and you're not watching that film.
No.
Nope. Not doing it.
Maybe read the book.
How was
Not doing that either.
That's too long. Too long.
I think for the 50p I paid for it at CEX, I probably overpaid, so...
Oh wow.
But it was good. It was
It
good
was
fun
a penny
while it
per
lasted.
rating.
Yeah, if you want to get a ROM and you want to play Da Vinci Code, or you want to get on PC, knock yourself out, guys.
Yeah.
Bit of fun.
You do you. You do whatever illegal activities you want to do.
Was it ever ported to the Vita?
Surprisingly not. I'm sure they wouldn't be able to work out how the back touchpad would work with it.
No.
It'd be the mouse. It'd be the mouse.
Yeah.
Just rubbing the back of the Vita.
I suppose it would just be the touchscreen would be the mouse, wouldn't it?
That'd make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
That's why Matt doesn't work for Sony. Yeah, so talking of rubbish games, should we move on to the main topic, guys? We'll talk about
They might not be rubbish films.
films.
They may not be rubbish. I mean, mine was, but
Yeah. Mine's good in its own way.
okay, yeah. In a different way.
So this kind of main topic that we're talking about today, B movies, it sparked off the back of a tradition that myself and Addy do every single year. So every birthday and Christmas, around, I think it was 2010, I think we started this. It's been quite some time now.
When was Jennifer's Body? That was one of the first ones. That must have been about 2009.
Oh god, that's a bad film.
It is. Yes, it is.
That's what sparked the whole thing.
Yeah.
So every Christmas and birthday, myself and Addy have been buying each other kind of the worst rated film we can find, or
Nice.
a completely ridiculously named film.
That's
I think
generally
we've
what I
had
go
some-
for. I normally go for the names.
So I think what one did you buy me recently? So you bought me Clown Nado.
Clown Nado.
Fucking hell.
So that you did. I got you that one so you wouldn't buy it for me. I'm not a fan of clowns.
Oh god,
Forgot
yeah.
about that.
You gotta find one with the eyes in it.
I think
Killer Donuts was a pretty solid one as well.
Oh my god.
Addison, did you have
Yeah,
one
there's been some
called
sterling ones.
Snakes Out of Compton or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I remember being
Oh,
around yours
no.
and just falling asleep to that.
Yeah,
That
I
was like-
have seen the beginning of that at least 3 times because we always watch it while very drunk and then fall asleep towards the end.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I just remember, isn't the opening line literally like, you are now about to... Oh, what is it? Fucking hell, I messed it up already.
You witnessed something about snake something.
Yeah, the snake knowledge, or something like that.
Snake knowledge.
The power
yeah,
of
like,
snake
what?
knowledge, yeah. I was like, fucking hell, here we go.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
That film did not get better. And I love it.
I feel like that's the peak, though, isn't it? When you get told that you're going to witness the power of snake knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, all right, that's all I need.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so for some of these films, you get surprisingly high ratings, don't you? I think
Yeah.
Kung Fury being a B movie, that's like up in the 7s and 8s, I think.
I love
in
Kung Fury,
IMDb.
though.
That one has really helped out by being 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
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 And that's... Do you think, like... Nah, I was going to say, do you think, like, a lot of these films are aiming to be a good film, but fall short? But I guess if you've got Clown
See,
Nado...
we have a bit of a weird...
Nah.
There are definitely some that are made to be bad.
Oh, yeah. 100%,
I know
like
for a
Snakes
fact-
Out of Compton.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two
Yeah.
that I watched were definitely made trying to be bad B movies, and you can tell just by the names. And it's generally those ones that they're a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
it is when you get a true pile of shit that is clearly meant to be serious.
Yeah.
It's just so much better sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, how do you want to do it, Mark? Do you want to go around and we all talk about...
Yeah, so we'll kind of
atrocities
we'll
that
go
we
around the table, but before we jump into that, because that kind of off the back of what Addy's just said, there's like a challenge that me and a few of the gang do every year.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the 50p challenge. So basically, you go into a CEX and you've got 50p to spend, and you've got to try and pick the worst film that you can get. So we worked out that for every penny you spend over 50p, you subtracted some points. Your Rotten Tomatoes score is kind of the percentage you get. So the lower you get it, the better. And then we give kind of points per title drop, per breast that you see. If there's a person with 3 breasts, you're getting triple
Oh,
points.
shit,
there.
yeah. Yeah, you went onto a winner.
And then you get points
Total Recall is the one to
per
watch.
killing.
Anything so
As well as-
yeah.
Per killing, you get a point, as well as the quickest death as well. So last year, because obviously pre-pandemic, we in February all met up and watched some films together. And Addy did actually pick out 2 films.
Ooh.
The first film we picked out that we decided to watch was one of those films that was trying to be good and just sucked.
Yeah.
There was no deaths. To the point where we actually end up turning the clock off because we're like, what's the point in time in this now? Nothing's coming.
There is genuinely a sweet spot on the IMDb ratings, and it's like less than 3 is amazing, and then obviously higher than like a 7 is going to be pretty good. Anything between a 3 and a 7 is boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not
yeah.
the sweet spot, then. That's like the opposite of the
It's
sweet
the
spot.
opposite. Sorry, I meant the opposite.
It's the boring spot.
Yeah. So to get really bad, you need to go under like a 3, and I think my film ended up being like a 4.5. So it was just boring.
Rookie error.
Okay, should we go based on who's got the highest rated then?
Oh God, I'll
Sure.
put mine up.
We're just
Yeah.
doing IMDb ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah, highest IMDb rating.
All right, here we go.
So I've got 3.7 for me.
So I did do 2 films.
I got 3.2.
I got a 3.8
Ooh.
and
The highest quality films these are.
a 4.2.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll
is
be going first then
interesting.
because I got a 4.3 and a 3.6.
Wow.
So I'll kick off for us, boys.
So does that mean
So
I've got the
the
lowest?
film that
Have I
got
the
a-
lowest?
Sounds like it.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the film I watched first was Clown Nado that I just discussed a second ago. It's an hour and 39 minutes.
Ooh.
And it is about a set of cursed demonic circus clowns who are set out on a vengeful massacre using tornadoes.
Sounds like no fun.
A stripper.
How would you do? How would you
Elvis
harness the
impersonator.
power of a tornado? What is...
A stripper, Elvis impersonator, truck driver, teen runaway, and a dude get caught in the supernatural battle between Femme Fatale and the boss clown from hell.
Nice.
A dude. Some guy.
I'm still convinced a film under 4 is the kind of the better spot for these B movies. Because this wasn't great by any stretch. The majority of the film was shot at 45-degree angles.
Nice.
Just rotating constantly.
Oh
like
my
Duck
god.
Daniels.
It was. I just wanted to throw up at some points. There was a lot of clowns, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of
Really?
stabbing.
What?
Lots of stabbing. Lots of needless nudity. And I think at one point they were actually flying a plane, like really flying a plane. So a lot of the budget must have gone towards that for some reason. Because that's where you spend your budget on a clown Nado film.
Yeah.
So did you keep track of points on this film, Mark?
Yeah, so we did have 4 points for exposed boobies.
Nice. Exposed boobies.
We did have, I think we had 13 murders in the end.
Nice.
Of which the best one was the female clown there was. She exposed her breasts and they had teeth. And they ate the face of the guy that she grabbed.
Fantastic.
Pretty cool kill, yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Pretty good way to die.
That's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. I would recommend a lot of crap movies, but this one, probably not.
No. So it wouldn't be fun, like, after a few drinks with a few mates?
I think just that one kill I explained a second ago is probably the only one that you go, ha, that's funny. The rest of the film was it kind of stretched on a bit too long. An hour and 40 was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
That's
about
long
30
for
minutes
a
too
B
long.
movie. I find these sort of things.
Yeah, it really is.
And it got to a point there was like weird, like backstory as well, like a dad that had abandoned his kid, and the fact that Elvis was black as well was a storyline. It was just a bit,
Oh my god.
yeah, not for me. So I think that being the highest rated also means it's probably the worst out of the list that we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I'll pass over to Addy with your, what was it, 4.2?
Yeah, so I think mine actually kind of breaks my own rule because I actually didn't mind this one that much. So mine was called Killer Pinata.
Killer Pinata.
Which is already...
I want to see this.
Yeah, as I said, I normally go for the names. And it is about a killer pinata.
So I'm looking
What?
Family. Yeah.
What?
It's a pretty cool
What a
poster.
surprise. I am surprised.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that poster was going to be good.
The family brings home a pinata for their youngest's birthday party. He actually gets 3 pinatas because he doesn't know which one his wife wanted him to pick up.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So they don't use
Are they all
the
killer
donkey
pinatas?
one. No, just one is.
Okay.
Just the donkey is. But they beat one up and they show the pinata like getting angry about this. And he then goes
is
on
that
a
like
murderous
CGI?
rampage. No, it's just a pinata.
Just good camera work.
Yeah, like a slow zoom in
yeah,
onto
I
the
can see that.
face.
Yeah.
Onto a inanimate object. Okay.
Yep. Like
Right.
legit.
Okay.
Eventually, you do see the pinata moving, but it's clearly someone's hand in the head or whatever.
I'm guessing this slow zoom in was accompanied with like violins.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So this was also quite a long one, an hour and 27 minutes. But I would say it's a good one. The pinnacle is probably when the perpetual virgin character, whose girlfriend ends up being a lesbian, he dies by having his dick bitten off by the pinata.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So throughout the whole film, he talks about how he wants a blowjob and then finally gets it from the pinata and turns to the camera with a thumbs up and goes, yeah!
Oh my god.
Yep. And then it bites it off.
Jeez.
That would have been some good points.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I'm sure it would have done. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, you're kind of selling this film to me. I'm
I kind of want to watch this. Yeah.
It would be a good one to watch drunk.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There's death throughout, like keeps your interest there. It's a good one. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
You had a second one, didn't you?
Yeah. Should I just do mine next, or what was the next rating?
What was the rating? So I got 3.6 for mine.
I got a 3.8.
I got 3.7.
I got 3.2.
So it is me anyway.
Okay. Yep.
So the next one, Matt, could you please play the soundbite I sent you?
Hang on, my tablet's locked.
What's your passcode?
Which one's yours?
It's the YouTube link.
Oh, God. Oh, it's
So this is the rap that appears at the end of the film that summarises the whole film. It's 3 minutes long.
It's like 8-bit.
Broadcasting live.
I think I'll turn this up.
You've just witnessed.
Armageddon, Armageddon, it's a Armageddon, motherfucker. Armageddon,
I thought you said it was a donkey.
it's a Armageddon,
This is a new film.
The new film.
Armageddon,
Oh, this is a new film, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Armageddon.
I was like, why are they talking about donkeys?
If you haven't guessed, it's called Armageddon.
Yeah. Armageddon.
Oh my God, the animation's very disturbing. That'll do.
I think that's all right. So this one was an hour and 9 minutes. Coincidentally, 69 minutes. I don't think it was an accident. It's
yeah.
not the humour
That's
of the
on
film.
purpose.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
This one was interesting. It is definitely, it's almost a student film, I'm pretty sure. And everyone must be friends of the guy who made it.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones.
All right. Okay.
No one can act. Not that you really expect them to. But it's got this weird humour to it as well. Like, they're definitely trying to make jokes and poke fun at themselves. I think there's one bit where this guy says, "I'll pack a bowl," but he says alpaca, which is like a llama.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking, he stares at the camera for about 30 seconds after it. Which is like silence.
Silence is.
This is
Yeah,
my
that's
film.
pretty solid, I hope. Yeah.
I need to watch this.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Armageddon.
They definitely weren't taking it seriously. There's this character in it, and no joke, he changes his shirt in every shot.
Oh,
Like,
what?
just inexplicably, there's this running joke that this guy always has a different shirt on throughout the whole film. He goes through about 16, I swear.
that feels like
So-
something like behind the scenes, isn't it? Like there's something with
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
He's always got a new shirt on, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that they just put into the film.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, but so the plot of this one is that there is a killer llama from outer space terrorizing a party on a farm.
Okay.
And that's about all you need to know, really.
Have they got other llamas on the farm?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the one llama.
Is it a normal
So they wouldn't be
looking
spooked
llama?
out by a space llama then?
Llama.
What's that? It's just a normal looking llama with the red glowing eyes.
Okay.
And they like got a legit actual llama for like most of this.
Wow.
There's definitely some bits where they've got like poles wrapped in fur and stuff, and they're using
Yeah.
those as the arms to kick people to death. Yeah, so the production quality is like, top notch,
Yeah.
top-notch,
as you
yeah.
can tell.
No expense spared.
Yeah, this would be one to play a drinking game with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like take a shot every time that guy changes his shirt and you die.
Which one would you say is better or more fun to watch? I guess.
Which one scores higher?
They're it's kind of different ways, because
Yeah.
somehow Killer Pinata is the better made film.
Yeah.
And is a lot of fun. But then, so they're actually weirdly similar. But I do think you'd have a good fun, like if you had like a drinking games rule for this one,
Yeah.
provided someone had already seen it or something. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
I
I mean the rap alone is
I
kind
mean,
The
yeah, I'm
rap,
sold.
yeah. Oh, and the whole film plays again over the credits, fast forwarded over the rap.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
of amazing.
I think the worst thing about this as well, you sent me up just a screenshot of you watching it,
Yep.
and I straight away knew from the screenshot what film it was.
Yeah. I mean, it was of a llama.
So pinata is normally a llama, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They called it a donkey throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I was
it
thinking
the
that.
shape of a llama?
It was in the shape of a thing with tall pointy ears. It could have been a llama, it could have been a donkey, I'm going to be honest. It was multicoloured.
Sounds
Do
like
you
a
remember the
giraffe.
show Viva Pinata? Did you ever watch that as a kid?
Was that a show or
I thought it was
a...
a video game.
Yeah.
I remember that game, yeah.
It had a TV show and a game.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a great game, though. I love that game.
They definitely
I
called
was
it
a bit too
donkey.
old to watch that on TV.
What's burro? Is that something? Is that donkey?
That's a donkey.
If I-
That's a donkey, isn't it?
Yeah, they called it a burro.
It's like Addison the song where it's like, is that a donkey?
Is that... burrow. Donkey, yeah. An ass.
An ass.
An ass.
It could have been a llama.
What a
and
great
they called it a donkey. In which case, I basically watched the same film twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty much.
yeah.
Right.
I think Sam's was next.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's got the room.
Right.
You've got the room.
I've got the room.
You do have the
A
room.
room, yeah.
Yeah, so when Mark suggested we do like B movies, I thought I'd go for the classic. The room's a weird one for me because I know like so
I
much
was
about
really hoping
it.
you were going to say like Titanic or something.
I went for Aliens. So it's a weird one with the room because I feel like I know so much about the whole production of it and I've seen like the iconic scenes, but I'd never properly sat down and watched it start to finish. So I thought this would be a good opportunity. Have you guys seen like the Disaster Artist that they made?
No.
I think I have. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Definitely,
haven't
because
yet.
I saw The Room a couple of years ago, and I can't remember if I watched The Disaster Artist straight after or not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I may have
Back to
done. They've
back.
just blended a bit.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, because I really like the Disaster Artist. I think it's you're not a fan. I thought like they really recreated some of the scenes quite well, but watching the actual Room, I don't know. It is one of those films where like I was getting a few laughs out of it, but there's just like some fucking like there's so many sex scenes in this film.
It's
Like-
weird, right?
Really long sex scenes as well.
Yeah.
That are like kind of like softcore.
What's a really long sex scene, by the way? Just asking for a friend.
Like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Okay.
But like they're just like awkwardly long, and I swear there's probably like maybe 5 that are pretty much back to back in the film. Like
That's weird.
But it's just
Are
like
they with the same person, or...?
they involve the same woman,
Okay.
Lisa. Yeah, so basically, I like what the hell is the plot of this film? I'm just reading the IMDb description.
You didn't even know and you watched it.
Still don't understand.
Genuinely, though, there isn't really one.
No.
It's so weird.
So the IMDb description is Johnny, played by Tommy Wiseau, is a successful bank executive who lives quietly in a San Francisco townhouse with his fiancée Lisa. One day, putting aside any scruple, is that a fucking word? She seduces scruple. Thank you, Addison. She seduces Johnny's best friend Marc. From there, nothing will be the same again. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like it pretty much sums it up. I think the thing that just like makes this film hilarious is just Tommy Wiseau, however you say his surname.
Yeah.
It's just like he's
I think.
Wiseau, yeah. He's just such. I don't know. There's something about him that you just can't
He's
help it.
clearly a very interesting person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just not.
In real life, just there's something
Yeah.
odd there.
He's like a mystery of a guy as well. Like no one
Yeah.
truly knows where he's from. He kept.
They don't know his age either.
No, and he just has like unlimited amount of money. So like he basically came to like Hollywood, was trying to make it as an actor, wasn't getting anywhere, and so just decided, I'm just gonna make my own film. I'm gonna finance it myself. He, rather than renting equipment, he bought the cameras or all the equipment. He shot it on both film and digital, just because they were just
At
like
the same time,
yeah, it's like so many things. Like, but yeah, I think Matt, you should play this soundbite just to hear the kind of great dialogue that you get with this film.
Oh, pretty good. We got a new client at the bank. We'll make a lot of money.
What client?
I cannot tell you. It's confidential.
Oh, come on. Why not?
No, I can't. Anyway, how is your sex life?
I'm going to start just dropping that in conversation if I want to change the topic.
Anyway, how's your sex
Anyway,
life?
how's your sex life?
Such a weird it's like
You can pick
conversation is
so
fine.
many quotes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When I was trying to like find the best soundbite, I had like so many to choose from, and I thought, I'll go for this one.
Oh, hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Oh, that's the thing. Like everything is ADR'd as well.
Yeah. I was going to say.
You do get that a lot with the B movies that we watch.
Yeah.
Especially on outdoor scenes.
Yeah.
They've clearly not been able to film it very well.
No. Yeah, like with Tommy Wiseau, like his face just doesn't really move much when he's acting. Even his mouth. And he's just saying like these big things like, "Oh, hi, Marc," and like all this kind of crap. But like, it's just not suiting his mouth movement.
Yeah.
It's just, I think give it a watch. It is a laugh. The kind of more, I guess, darker side of it is Tommy Wiseau is clearly like a misogynist.
Oh yeah. I actually heard this like really interesting theory. I guess it is a theory, but this guy was breaking down the room, and he was like, "It seems like Tommy Wiseau at some point has had a real life breakup like this."
Yeah.
And this is his point of view of what happened, which is just kind of terrifying for that poor lady.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. What kind of cracks me up is because, so she starts having an affair with his friend Marc, and there's so many scenes where Marc will be like, Tommy, hi Marc.
This is so weird for me.
Yeah, so Marc is on our podcast right now.
Hi, guys.
But there's so many scenes when he's like, I can't, he's my best friend, and then they have sex, like multiple times. And then right at the end, I'm going to go into spoilers, Johnny...
It's fine, yeah.
He commits suicide at the end. And Marc and Lisa find his body. And she's like, well, at least we have each other. And then he has what's supposed to be like this triumphant moment when he's like, you'll never have me. Get out of here, you bitch. And it's like, you were fucking part of this. Like, he acts like he's like the heroic figure in the film. It's like,
what?
You were like 50% of this. Like, takes fucking two to tango. But yeah.
Someone is dead.
It's an interesting...
monsters.
I would love to go to one of the screenings when they like do all the shit where they throw like spoons and shit. It's all weird. But yeah, I do think the story behind the film is more fascinating than the actual film itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, get drunk, give it a watch.
There's definitely drinking game rules for that one.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be. Yeah.
Drink sensibly, please.
Yeah, don't spill anything.
Oh, we're just talking about like soft drinks, right?
Don't gamble.
Oh yeah.
What did I say?
You know how much we love.
Don't gamble.
Just start advertising.
Don't do
Be gamble aware.
Oh, sorry, Addison, you were gonna say something?
Yes, I was. It's fully gone from my mind. No, gone.
No. Okay.
Shall we move over to my one? Okay, so my movie was about a guy that's fresh out of college. His name's Barry, and he finds the prospect of working with honey uninspiring.
Working with what? Honey?
Honey uninspiring.
Okay.
And then he flies outside of the hive for the first time. Oh, wait, shit, that's the wrong film. That's the B movie.
Oh my god!
Sorry, wrong B movie, guys. Wrong one.
For God's sake.
Why when you said
saw
like
your
honey,
brain
I was
go
like what? Like sounds. Hold on.
I thought you were actually talking about a film. I thought he was like a beekeeper or something.
It was good. It was good.
It was good, yeah.
Right.
Do you actually have
Okay,
another
so
movie?
my actual film.
Oh, you do?
My actual film. It's called Killer Sofa.
I saw that on Amazon. I thought about watching that one.
What an absolute beauty this film is. So this is 1 hour 21 minutes of just pure New Zealand gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So the plot line is it's a killer reclining chair.
It's not a
It's
sofa
become
there.
enchanted by a girl. Yeah, no, this is actually the technicality that really bugs me. It's not a sofa.
It's a chair.
It's a fucking chair. So it becomes enchanted by a girl and starts committing crimes of passion.
Wow.
So I did look through it. They did have a few other names originally for the film, and the best one was My Lover, My Lazy Boy.
Killer,
But they scrapped that name 'cause
Sheds
they're obviously
Long, or whatever it is.
They were a bit scared
Long.
that Lazy Boy were going to come after them if they kept the name, so they changed it to Killer Sofa.
Wow.
So the sofa itself is possessed by like a debuk, which is a kind of demon in Jewish mythology.
Not related to the bub, but
And essentially it just does the most ridiculous
Babadook.
things you've ever seen in your life.
Babadook.
that's why I can't think of New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
So where it starts kind of attacking people, it rams its recliner with the leg up position into people. That's where it starts slow.
Surely you
And the
just
next
sit
thing
on
you
it.
know, he's throwing people off the balcony.
Oh.
In kneecaps.
yeah.
Yeah,
Surely
kneecaps him. And
the objective of a sofa is to be comfortable. How would it hurt anyone?
Oh, this.
well, there is a
cushion.
very lengthy scene where the lady that's bought the sofa is kind of laying back, lounging out, and she's rubbing the arms.
Jesus.
And then she puts her fingers in the recliner hole to open the legs up.
Oh,
It's just a
good hell.
bit. Yeah. So it turns out they did have a load of other scenes where there's going to be blood all over it, but they actually didn't because the sofa was quite expensive. So they didn't want to ruin it. So they had.
Why didn't they just get a cheaper sofa? Why does it need to be an expensive sofa? Did they want to take it home afterwards or something?
I think they noted that it was about $100 for this recliner sofa.
That is not an expensive sofa.
I don't know, what's the conversion rate of New Zealand dollars?
Probably not. That's less than £100, I'm sure.
Yeah.
For the quality of the chair that you see, it wasn't worth the money. And that's a lot of their budget as well.
How's the acting?
I think you can get carried away because the New Zealand
50
accent
quid.
is just
50
wonderful.
quid.
Okay, it's not expensive then. It's just-
They're describing their acting. I was like,
£50.
50 quid.
It seems a lot higher budget than Clown Nado,
Okay.
yet has a lower rating. I think it's. I don't know if you guys have seen Rubber, which is the runaway tyre that kills people.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know the film.
I feel like
It's
this
kind of
is a
that-
whole
I like-
field of films I've not seen before, is the
Yeah.
B movies. Yeah.
It's essentially just a sentient being that wants to kill people. I'm happy whatever object it is. I'll watch Killer Pencil,
That's
There,
John Wick.
there is not
Killer
something called Pencil.
Podcaster,
There probably is, Matt.
Oh,
Killer Pop Filter,
just looking around the room.
Killer Road.
Killer Boom Arm.
Mike.
Right, there is not a film called
Killer Mike, that's a rapper. I'm not even joking,
It's
it
actually,
is.
yeah. I can imagine.
Killer Pencil.
It's Ratchet Rapper. He's in Run the Jewels.
Oh, right, okay.
So some of the dialogue in the film is pretty ridiculous. So I'm going to pass over. to
Attack of the Killer Pencil. It's got 8 out of 10.
He was segueing into a soundbite, Matt.
Oh, I'm just
That's just like, I'm going to find that pencil, Bill.
hang on. Give me a sec. Here we go.
I told you I can't marry you, Ralph. I've got a boyfriend.
Maxie told me about TJ. Horrible thing. He has weak bones. I have strong bones. It makes strong babies.
Do bones make babies?
You're right, the New Zealand accent. Yeah.
It looks like,
Mara-
watching the video, it looks like an episode of Neighbours.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like,
shot very similar.
I can't not listen
It's very windy
to
as well.
the New Zealand accent now and just not think of Taika Waititi films.
Right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
I think he's just
yeah.
like,
My brain still goes Flight of the Conchords.
oh, yeah,
God,
yeah.
yeah.
Christ, yeah. would this be a good one to watch drunk, do you think, Mark, or is it enjoyable sober?
I think it's enjoyable sober, but I also would recommend having a good drink whilst watching this, and a recliner killing people. Just make sure you're not watching it on a recliner.
No,
you might not.
Oh yeah,
actually jam your ankle in the mechanism.
What
with your weak bones?
What drink do you think would pair well with this film?
A White Russian.
Whiskey. I feel like a whiskey in a recliner. Scotch.
It's definitely.
I feel like that with every film.
Definitely just vodka.
That's my standard drink for films.
Yeah.
So I think that's out of all the ones I've watched recently in terms of bad films, I'd definitely recommend Killer Sofa, and it's on Amazon Prime at the moment.
Oh wow! Gotta watch it right now.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is the lowest rated, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a very.
Therefore the best.
It's a very different beast to your films. I feel it's actually meant to be good.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right.
That's gonna be like, this is my favorite film.
It's got Sam Worthington.
Directed by Guy Ritchie.
It has actually got one of the casts from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I mentioned in one of the other podcasts.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Been in nothing else probably. Yeah. So my film is Slenderman, and he is a man who is slender.
That's the synopsis.
That's the story. No. So Slenderman is like it's like a myth. It went around an urban legend that went around ages ago, and there was like some games of it. And
I didn't realise it was actually stemmed from an urban legend. I thought it was just a game idea.
I think the games possibly played into it being an urban legend.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure it actually was.
Yeah, I think it's made up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he's like supposedly he's a tall white man. Literally white, actually white. Not yeah.
It's already sounding horrifying to be fair.
It's got no face, and he wears a suit like Hitman 47.
The only person who wears a suit.
It's because it's exactly the same. It's a black suit with a red tie and a white shirt. It's exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
So, the synopsis of the film is basically there are four girls who decide to summon the Slenderman, because that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
And they do it because, like, the boys... They're having a slumber party, and they're saying they're gonna summon the Slenderman. Slumming. They're gonna summon the Slenderman. Let's do it as well. So they do it, but it's like a weird video, like The Ring. Basically, is basically The Ring. And then the boys say the next day, "Oh, we didn't do it," and it's like, "Oh no, what have we done?" You know, very cliche, very cliche. And then one of the girls goes missing, as you do, and then she's not really seen for the rest of the film. She's gone. She's dead.
The definition of missing.
The definition of missing. Yeah. She could have come back.
She did.
You didn't know that. So they decide to pull a Scooby-Doo and investigate themselves instead of the police. You know, because the police can't do that in every one of these films.
No.
So it's sounding very cliche so far, right? Yeah. So one of the things they say is he's like a computer virus, and he infects your hard drive, which I thought was a very weird way of putting it. And they keep bringing that up as well. They say it multiple times, but basically he like invades your head and gives you like false visions and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's very mental.
Yeah.
It's a very strange film. But then so basically throughout the film he picks off these girls one by one, gradually throughout the film, and it's okay. It's like it's not really that scary.
Is it?
I find.
Is it like can you laugh at the film as you're watching it, or is it
No, not really.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Is it it's playing it too straight?
It's trying to be good, yeah, and it's just not.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where Slenderman grabs someone in a room. Do you know Slenderman works really well in a forest?
Yeah.
Because he's like tall and he's got like long arms and he's got like tentacles. It like works really well in the forest. It doesn't work well in the bedroom though. That sounds wrong.
That's what his wife says.
yeah.
He's got a long tentacle, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry. Disgusting.
So he goes to grab someone in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And you see his fingers, and you know, like in The Grinch, where Jim Carrey has like really long green fingers.
Yeah.
It was like that, but they weren't green.
Okay.
I was like, what? That's really crap. Why is it like that? Yeah, and the more and more you see of Slenderman, he's kind of like, well, this is just a guy in a suit. There's nothing... They do like some CGI and stuff, but it's like YouTube quality scares. It's really weird.
Wow.
And there's also a scene
So
where...
I'm surprised this one's... Sorry.
I was going to say, where does it sit on Matt's scareometer that he's got?
Oh, like a 1.
You didn't poop your pants?
No, it was rubbish.
Not even a tinkle?
No, it was kind of like disturbing. There was disturbing visuals. There was a really weird one that stuck with me, and there was like a woman in a bathtub at a hospital. It just went all over the place. There were scenes everywhere, and it was kind of like, just stick to one place. But there was a scene in the hospital later on in the story that some woman was in a bathtub with like really long hair, like The Ring.
Right.
Most horror girls, you know.
Yeah.
In white robes that you see. And she turns around and she's got like a Pac-Man face.
What? Wait, what?
Basically, she's
just like a mouth.
Her face is like concave.
Okay.
So it's just like a.
Yeah.
She's got some of her face is missing, basically.
Okay, right.
So it's just a chin and a forehead. That's kind of it. Like a Pac-Man face.
I generally thought she turned around as like this yellow sideward view of Pac-Man.
Just ghosts everywhere.
Did you ever see Cabin in the Woods?
I haven't seen it all. I've seen some of it.
I've seen
There's
it.
a
Like the mer
ballerina
people.
in it. There's a ballerina with like a face that's just a mouth, and I thought that's what you meant.
Yeah. Is that in like the big
right.
lab at the end? Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
That's a big spoiler as well.
Yeah.
There's no way of coming back from that.
No, it's fine. It's been out for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some horrifying imagery, but it was very like cliche. The story was just really cliche. It's literally they all die. It's spoilers here.
Spoiler alert.
But, yeah, spoiler alert. But I wouldn't even bother watching it, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm surprised this one's rated so lowly because it looked
It's
fairly decently made.
It's fairly well made, I would say. There's a lot of close-ups. The amount of time that they just do a close-up of someone turning, and someone turning back, and then turning back again. Oh, he's there. What a surprise. Yeah. It's kind of like, that's such an old technique.
Like when they close the
bathroom.
In a
bathroom. Oh yeah, and there's someone there. Oh! What a surprise!
They've got wise on it now because they're never in the mirror anymore.
No.
They've switched it around.
It lures you in.
Oh, they turn around. Oh, there's no one there. Whoa! There's another trope as well that they used in this, which is where one of the main character, the girl whose name I can't remember, memorable film. She literally.
Didn't you watch it just before this?
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't know her name while I was watching it, so I think it was like either Ellie or Hallie. It was something like that.
Hallie.
But now she's dead.
She is obviously like quite deep in. It's quite later on in the film. She's quite deep in like the trance, I would guess, of Slenderman. So Slenderman's right in her. If she was a hard drive, she would be about 80% infected.
Yeah.
But she has a nightmare.
Sounds like a very offensive way of saying something.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's how they explained it. I can't help that.
That's it. I'm giving Matt a 3.2 out of 10. Would not listen again.
I can't remember what I was saying now. But she has like a nightmare, and it's like, oh, I'm in a forest suddenly. Oh no, there's Slenderman. I wake up, and she's in a bed, and then oh no, Slenderman's there. I wake up.
This reminds me of Batman v Superman.
yeah.
When Bruce Wayne has like the double dream. Remember that, Addison?
I can't remember that one.
It's because it's such a stupid trope. Why did people do it? It's so obvious. I just don't get why you would bother. I'm pretty sure it's another dream as well, but I think I kind of switched off at that point.
3 dreams.
Jesus.
Yeah,
dream.
It's like a triple dream.
Inception.
Yeah.
Need to go a level 2.
There's also one.
Get Leo in there.
At one point, the main girl decides to research Slenderman, as you do, and there's like, basically, it turns out that he's like the Pied Piper.
What the fuck?
Because he like lures children away. It's like, what? Come on, man.
Oh
So
my God.
loose.
I also like how you say like Slenderman, like it's his surname.
Slenderman.
Paul Slenderman.
It's Mr. Slenderman to you.
Hello, my name is Tom Slenderman.
But yeah, it's just weird. Like CGI was pretty awful as well. For a 2018 film, it was pretty bad.
That's the other thing, isn't it? It came out like 10 years too late.
Yeah, it was a bit behind. If it had come out when the games came out, I'm sure it probably would have done quite well. But obviously, there wasn't enough traction then, I guess. Now there's kind of like no traction, so I don't know why I even bothered. But
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I would have thought this would have been like more of like a 6 on IMDb, like what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's so low. I'm surprised it's lower than your ones.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those ones that's because it has more fame behind it. More people will watch it.
Yeah, I guess
and
so.
More people will give it like straight up ones when they don't enjoy it.
Yeah, probably.
True,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it was enjoyable to about halfway, but it is very teeny. It's very
teen
you
horror.
know.
Yeah.
It was a bit. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah,
Well, I'm not going to watch that.
No, I wouldn't bother. No, it's not the greatest. If they had made it 30 minutes, it probably would have been alright. Also,
good short film.
I feel like it would have been better if it was a found footage sort of thing, because that's kind of what the games are. They're kind of like you've got a video camera and you're going around with the video camera, and Slenderman sort of interferes with the video camera and like electronics and whatnot. But
did you ever see the Blair Witch sequel?
No,
because that is basically the game.
Oh really? Okay.
If you it's very similar to like what the plot of Slenderman is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
It's not.
Find the pages in the forest.
Well,
yeah. But
from memory, it's pretty similar.
Yeah. Slenderman is also pretty good with technology because he video calls a couple people. That's good for like COVID days, I guess. If he can't.
What up? It's Tom Slenderman. Hello.
If he can't grab people with his tentacles, at least he can video call them.
Send a tentacle pic.
I don't think we just say anymore. I think that's.
Yeah, I think on that note, should we wrap up?
Anyway, how's your sex life?
And that is it. We hope you enjoyed listening to our Tepid Take.
If you want to send us your tepid takes, then email us at thetepidtake@outlook.com.
And give us a follow and a like on Instagram at The Tepid Take.
And we've been the fucking, what's it called again?